Hello. I want to kind of introduce restorative yoga for anyone who doesn't know what restorative yoga is. So, especially in the stuff that I teach and the practice that I do, restorative yoga is this slowing down. And as I get older, so I'm 31 now, and I think as soon as I reach my 30th, I'm like, oh crap, I need to slow down. I think this slowing down is so important. You need it. If you're watching me live, if you're watching me post live, you need to slow down. If something is worth doing, it is worth doing slowly, right? In a lot of cases. So restorative yoga for me is that. It is about grounding, resetting, connecting to our nervous system, to our parasympathetic nervous system, down regulating our nervous system from all the doing and the pulling of our senses everywhere, and our emails and social media and all of that stuff, our responsibilities. Can we take a moment, press a pause button, and arrive in a place of slowing down? Because every process in our body will work better when we do. So that is what restorative yoga is, and we're just going to spend a few minutes here tonight just slowing down, man, slowing down. So no props needed, although you can sit, and I recommend if you're tight or a little bit stronger in your hips, to sit on a cushion or a blanket or even a jumper, just to kind of help you tilt the pelvis forward a bit. So if you find sitting cross-legged a little bit challenging, please just under your sit bone, so like the back edge of your bum, grab a blanket or a cushion. Otherwise, we're not going to need anything. And we're just going to start by slowing down. So come into an easy, comfortable, cross-legged position. Give your shoulders a little wiggle, maybe your neck a little roll. Take a sigh out and close those eyes. And let's just pause. Just press that big old pause button. How are you doing right now? Everything is welcome here, all that drama and stress and overthinking, or maybe sounds from outside this little bubble. Everything is welcome here. Let's notice your breath. So take a big breath in and fill up the ribs and the belly. And take a big sigh out, open your mouth. I'll do that a couple times. Big breath in. And big sigh out. As you breathe in, feel the spine elongating and the ribs expanding out in all directions. And as you exhale, let go of the shoulders in your jaw and your forehead. Now just find a breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And forget the idea of perfect breathing. It doesn't exist. What I want you to do, though, is to breathe in a way that helps you slow down. That kind of gives the signal to your body that everything is okay. A breath that communicates to every cell that this is where we're meant to be right now. Calm is it. That's what we're trying to tap into. Just slow it down. If you know your Ujjayi breath, employ that. If you don't, I'll cover that in another Mindful Monday. I really want you just to feel, as you breathe in, the belly expanding wider outwards. And as you breathe out, the belly moves back toward the spine. There's kind of a softening that happens. Now I can feel a shift in me already. Maybe you can too. And what we're going to do is just add a little bit of movement to this breath. So I want you to keep your eyes closed. If you need to look at me to get the gist of these movements, you can do, but then close your eyes, alright? Hands on your knees. And as you breathe in, I want you to feel like there's a string attached to your chest, right? Your heart, and someone's pulling your chest forward. As you do that, your chin lifts. We kind of reach the chest, the heart as far forward as we can. Chin lifts up, the shoulders roll down and back. Breathe in. And then really slowly, like someone's pulling the middle of your back backwards, we do the opposite. We pull that upper back backward. We bring the chin to our chest and we pause. Alright, so just move with breath. So as you inhale, the chest comes forward, we expand, lift the chin up. And then exhale, we go the opposite way. So it's like an inflation and deflation. Actually, I was talking about this in class this morning. It's not really what we're doing, but how we're doing it. So can you go a little smoother, a little slower? And if you want to pause in the exhale and the inhale, you know, in one of these poses, and give your spine a little wiggle, maybe add a little side to side movement or a neck movement, do that. I want us to start to really feel into what our bodies are telling us and where we feel stuck and where our days have caused kind of tightnesses and stuck places. So wiggle a little bit, slow it down, but move. Take one more of these. And then bring your spine to neutral. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. And we're going to find just a couple of forward folds. Now, forward folds are really soothing and calming, and I don't want you to go as deep as you can. So note that. From whatever cross-legged position you're in, bring your hands behind you. Take a big breath in, elongate the spine up, like we're kind of inflating again, and keep the spine long as we start to tilt the pelvis forward. It's kind of like we're trying to lift the chest up and over something. Right forward a little, maybe a little more. What we're doing here, our aim is to find a bit of space in the hips. So close your eyes again. Slow down your breath. Maybe even breathe out through an open mouth. And as we linger here, maybe you want to fold a little deeper. Maybe there's a bit more that you want in this pose. Maybe you need to back up a bit. Maybe you need to adjust it somehow. We're just feeling some space in the hips. I'm swaying gently left to right. You might want to do that too, but remember, it's not what we're doing, it's how we're doing it. Make this your last breath. And if you're forward, come on back up. And I want you to cross the legs the way that feels weird. So for me, my left shin is in front of my right. Definitely feels a little tighter this side. Maybe you too, and that's okay. Again, hands behind you. Big breath in. We're growing tall. And maybe you keep the hands behind you. Or maybe they come forward. Maybe you come forward a little, maybe it's a lot, maybe somewhere in between. It doesn't matter. It doesn't define who you are. So just find somewhere that feels good and slow down. I know it's only a really short practice, but try not to get distracted by things happening around you, by sounds, even the state of tidiness in your room. Can you find a fixed place to gaze at? We call that drishti. Maybe close your eyes. Feel that inflation and deflation as you breathe. Yeah. Okay, last breath here. And then come on up. If you're forward, come on up. And this pose, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. Now, we often bring the heels here really close in, but actually I want you to send the feet a little bit further forward. But otherwise it's the same pose. So your hands behind you, big breath in to lengthen the spine. And you can stay right here. You can use the hands to help you tilt the pelvis forward a bit, or you can bring the hands forward onto the ankles, the shins, maybe the feet, it doesn't matter. And again, I encourage you to maybe find a little wiggle here. We're finding our sweet spot, right? That's our aim. To find a place that feels exactly what we've been needing all damn day, all week, all month. Oh my God, we've been working toward this stuff. Same thing, close your eyes. Big breath in through the nose, expand the ribs. And maybe a breath out through an open mouth. And again, as we linger, maybe the body needs something. Maybe you need a bit more depth. Maybe you need to back out. Either way, if it's our mission to find calm and peace and a sense of groundedness, how would you breathe? How would you adjust your body, this pose? And then slowly, if you're forward, come on back up. And just take that easy cross-legged place again. Just the last minute here. Let the hands rest wherever's comfortable, eyes closed. And connect back to your breath. Remembering that we are made of atoms, just like every other physical object on this planet. And that the atoms that make up your left hand were probably from a different star than the atoms that make up your right hand, if we go back far enough. And one day, way, way in the future, these atoms that make up your bones, your eyelashes, your belly, they'll make up something else again. I think even when we understand our bodies and these processes of being alive, it doesn't necessarily take away the magic, no? Can you feel some magic as you breathe? And that's the magic I want us to take with us to start this upward spiral to make this world a better place. So, yeah, let's take some of this calming stuff. Calm is our superpower. Let's take it with us into the rest of our week. And thank you for joining me.